Serbian bureaucracy is its own special type of hell. And, in buying this property in Shumadi, I've had a certain amount of exposure to it over the last little while. And yeah, it's frustrating. But this sort of thing is frustrating all over the world, actually. Accounting, paperwork, setting stuff up, all that sort of stuff. It's frustrating. But, what's different here in Serbia is the attitude towards it, I think. That's the main difference, is the attitude towards it. Now, there's all these things that you love about Serbian people. When you come here in Belgrade, how friendly and open and how comfortable with themselves they are. And how they're just so honest and sincere and want to relate with you and, really want to live life to the fullest. And, well, the problem is that same sort of attitude of being themselves and, reacting to situations, showing their emotions, wearing their heart on their sleeve sort of stuff, that doesn't really translate well into a professional bureaucratic environment. Because you walk into these places and you can tell that a lot of people that are working in these offices really hate their lives. And I mean really, really hate their jobs. Maybe not their lives, but their jobs at least. And, grumpy. Lots of these offices are full of grumpy people who are trying to do, just try to stay in a comfort zone of grumpily and slowly doing the job that they hate. Compare that to, for example, in Canada. Yeah, there's a different sort of attitude towards work in Canada. And people get on with it. They're friendly. Customer service is a thing. Even in government institutions, the people working there have accepted the idea that they're going to make it pleasant for you to deal with them, be nice and polite, and help you finish the process, whichever process you're trying to do. They'll help you out. They're on your side trying to get it done, whereas here in Serbia, it's really hit or miss. The system is very ambiguous. There's lots of jokes about it, but the main one, I guess, is you're missing one paper. Fali ti jedan papir in Serbian. And it basically just means that no matter what you do, there's always going to be a next step that you have to do to get it done. Only once was this not a case when I went and I was renewing my residence permit this year in January. Unfortunately, it's January. Otherwise, I would probably be gone the whole winter. But I do have to come back in January to do that. Hopefully, that I'll get permanent residence soon. But yeah, I got it all in one shot. The health insurance, the Izvold from APR, all of this sort of stuff that they needed. So that was fine. But over the last few weeks, setting up this company to buying this property, no, still not over. I'm still waiting for, the Roshenje and to pay the property transfer taxes. Still waiting for that stuff. And I'm really not sure if it will ever come in the mail. I want to pay that stuff as soon as possible. The money is no problem because I've actually worked really hard at building a business for the last 5 years. And so I'm quite successful at that. And I've done it through having a company in the UK because I realized that would be, most of my clients were there at the time when I started the company. Now most of them are in the US. And I had previously lived in the UK, and it was a good jurisdiction to set up shop in digitally. Because it could all be done online easily as a foreigner and all this sort of stuff. So I did that. And I've managed to figure out how to literally sit at home in Belgrade and bring in millions of dollars, pounds, whatever. And, so I'm running a 7-figure per year in US dollars business, and in the UK. And that's fine. And so now I'm running a small property in Serbia, and the bureaucratic load is more. So what does this all mean, folks? It means that if you should think twice about how much interaction you want with Serbian bureaucracy. If you just want to get a residence permit here, then I would recommend setting up a preduzetnik paušalac company, which is a flat rate tax where you say pay the same amount every month. That's what I did to get my residence permit, and it works out quite well because you just have to like renew your residence permit once a year, and then once a year you get a решение, which is a decision on how much tax you need to pay. So that's the easiest way, and then you pay the same amount of tax every month for the entire year. Pretty genius, huh? It's still a little bit of work to get it renewed every year. You have to also get a work permit, but it's manageable. It's like, overall, it's like, I guess like 6 or 7 visits or up to 10 visits to different places over a few days. I don't know. But the whole world of property buying and stuff like that, more complex. Running a limited company, more complex. They say it's hard to find an accountant that will run your limited company from an accounting standpoint for less than 150 euros a month. So yeah, what am I doing today? Currently walking to PKS, which is the Chamber of Commerce in Serbia, to get an electronic signature. And I'm making this video as I'm walking there, and you're watching me walking there up the hill. And it's you might ask, you're wearing a shirt and shoes and pants, aren't you like a t-shirt and sandal type of guy? Yeah, I am. But some of these offices do not allow people without shoes or people in shorts to go into these offices. So it's gonna be almost 39 degrees today, and I'm walking uphill to this place, and I'm already dripping in sweat, folks. Maybe it's also anticipating the nonsense, the vibe of this office I'm about to walk into, and how frustrating it's going to be to get my 3rd electronic certificate. The first 2 didn't work, and you need this electronic certificate to take advantage of the new digital, well, not new, I guess it's been around for a couple of years, but the digital tax system of Serbia, so you can view your taxes and pay online. That would make things a lot easier. But yeah, I tried the first time from Pošta, didn't work. And then somebody told me it's easy if you go to PKS, and then I got it from there, and it didn't work. Nobody knows why. Probably because I'm a foreigner, and I'm a little bit not in the same systems that Serbian people are in, I suppose. But now I've got someone coming to meet me and help me sort this out, see if we can figure out what's wrong, so I can finally do my Serbian taxes online. Wouldn't that be nice? But my hopes are not high, and you know, I'm just dreading walking into these offices today. Got 2 hours scheduled for it, but I'm dreading it. Why? Because the vibe, the ambiguity, like not knowing what the next steps are gonna be, and if I'm actually gonna get the result that I'm after finally. Now, the way I schedule my week right now, I can do this on Monday and Friday only, because the rest of the time I'm running a fucking business with like people all around the world, like 100 of them, 50 clients and stuff like that. So my schedule is full. So if I don't get this done today, I'll have to come back on Friday. And it just pisses me off so much. And so people say now you will experience really what's bad about living in Serbia. Yeah, I get it. I've known about this for years. It's just I've managed to largely avoid it by having the simplest setup possible. Preduzetnik paušalac. And because I had the simplest setup possible, it was once a year to go and do taxes, pay the same thing every month. And there you go, as we say in Canada, Bob's your uncle. Which is actually a historic expression where somebody got a position in the British Empire because their uncle was the prime minister. Bob's your uncle means it's easy. And yeah, having an uncle somewhere in Serbia does make things easier, and things, if you know something, it works like this in every country and has for all of human history. But especially here, unfortunately, I'm just a stranac, you know. So I don't have any uncles who are working in these offices, but at least you get a bit of that people wanting to be helpful thing because you're a foreigner. Now, I do notice that since I do speak Serbian, they do treat you worse if you do speak Serbian than if you speak English, but a lot of the people in these places don't speak English, and I like to show respect by trying to speak to them in Serbian as much as possible and learning the lingo of tax and bureaucracy. And so, yeah, it is what it is, folks. I would warn you, before getting too deep into this stuff, think about how much time and energy you have for dealing with Serbian bureaucracy. So here we are. There's the church. Looks like they're setting up something to film. I'm asking the Lord, please make this easy on me. Please make my electronic certificate work this time. At least I have someone meeting me there today who will do the talking for me, because after the last one, and most of the stuff I did myself, registering the company, I had someone else prepare the form, but I had to go and submit it myself. No. Open a bank account all by myself. And yeah, big business, government, you know, you're never talking to somebody who actually has the power. You're talking to somebody who's a cog in the machine. And it's frustrating, but it's like this all over the world. Just in Serbia, the vibe is more real. People are real. They're frustrated. They show you. And at the same time, that remains as something that's beautiful about this place, and something that's also, you know, kind of sad about this place. And it's bad for business. But at the same time, most of life here is amazing. Just business here could be better. And it gets better every year, I think. So that's it, folks. I'm almost at the PKS office. And I'll see you later. Wish me luck.